Good morning, everybody, from a distinctly warm and sticky Lancashire. How is everybody this morning? So, I'm trying to think of a way to summarize yesterday. Fishing and bad weather, or at least very cold weather. And today, there is a howling blizzard outside. Morning, Eugene. How you doing? So howling blizzard means, unless I'm trying to do a run past a bunch of wolves that won't be out in it, I think I'm going to hopefully start making a wolfskin coat. Oh, yesterday was a success in that I survived. Any day in which you survive can only be described as a success. Then that's interloper for you. Every single day you manage to survive is technically a success. So all I need is for that fourth wolfskin to be properly cured, and then we can start making better coats. It is, as you can see, very early, and as you can see, welcome to a howling blizzard. Going straight back inside because it's making me cold just to look at it. So this is not ready, drat, and I need 4 wolfskin. 4 wolfskins, and I don't have 4 wolfskins, I do not think. There's 1. There's 2 and 3, which I will accumulate. So I just need that to cure. And fortunately, I do have food. I have enough food probably for today. Water is not a problem. Now we just bide our souls in patience. That's not going to be ready for, oh grief, at least another day, unfortunately. But at least we have more cured gut. I am starting slowly to get into the position where we have more cured gut than we know what to do with, but that's still a ways off. Oh, the other thing we did yesterday was we manufactured... Where is it? We did manufacture something useful. Where is it? Where's the travois gone? I did manufacture a travois. I did not imagine it, did I? Yes, there we go. We have a travois. At least in principle. Whatever. Yes, there it is. At least in principle, so that once we clear the ice of intervening wolves and hunt the bear, we've got a much easier way of dragging things around than smelling like a butcher's shop. What have I got in terms of firewood? I have 12 sticks. That's my lot. Needless to say, today is not a free fire day, at least not yet. Do you know, it's funny, I'm so used to the chimes over there, I don't notice them half the time. So, what am I going to do? Well, little minor channel update for anyone who's interested while we wait for the weather to do less interesting things. In the last 48 hours, my little short Warframe video entitled Unlocking the Guilty has had 668 views, 700 and something odd total. Which is kind of gratifying, to be honest. What's even funnier is apparently there's only 195 unique viewers, so I'm not quite sure why people are watching and re-watching the thing, and YouTube is doing something weird. Yeah, YouTube is not having fun at the moment. I hope everyone else's view of YouTube is working. This is proving to be peculiar, to say the least. It's anyone else having trouble with YouTube? Or is it just my computer? No, it's just my computer, I think. I've got a suspicion that this old laptop is not massively happy with the weather. It might be... Oh no, this doesn't feel too hot. Oh no, it's just adjusting itself. There we go. I've been keeping an eye on the system temperatures in the evenings. I mean, I think yesterday it was 30 degrees centigrade, no air conditioning. So, there's a little part of your brain that says, please don't overheat. It did not, fortunately. Yep, that's not any better. Is anything I can do? I mean, I could just cheat and just force the passing of time. I don't think there's anything. This is offending me. It's a shame you can't do things with those. Right. We have gotten rid of the floating debris. If in doubt, crouch and have a good look. Oh, thank you. I forgot about that. It wouldn't be the first time that I spent a significant amount of time in one place and then days later I found something useful. Like a rifle on one occasion. Although, I'm not going to be finding a rifle here. It's a shame I can't do stuff with the papers tightly wrapped and burn them, but doesn't do that. Yeah, well, I can't be. It's clear our living area up just a little bit. Oops, I used the wrong button there. Welcome to Decorating the Shards of Insanity. Because this is what you do when the weather's appalling. Yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it? We will file whatever these are. Along with the other useless stuff. This is the kind of thing you do only if you really, really can't do anything else, and right now I can't. We have our own little picture there. What is that a picture of? Somewhere in the long dark. Have we wasted enough time? Probably not. Oh! Okay, that's a little better, if absolutely freezing cold. If we don't get a free fire day, it's definitely going to be a case of try and hunt another ptarmigan. I'm going to leave it here for now because I can always boil water on that. And this is, I think, more suitable location. Maybe. Oh no, I could put it over here, couldn't I? Oh, that's right, I put water in here, didn't I? Yes, I got 11 litres in there. Alright, let's get ready for worst case scenarios. There's a little part of me keeps wanting to think about taking this apart for the vice. I need to bring the chest up here too, don't I? Yeah. I took the chest downstairs specifically so that it was close to the work table. And look how Mackenzie is not complaining about having to carry this thing up the stairs. There was nothing revealed by moving that, was there? No, there was not. Yes, I know. But that makes the assumption that I'm going to be able to get the woodworking tools. And for the woodworking tools, yeah, there's a trip I'm not looking forward to making. Good morning, Bricage. How are you doing? We are just... Oh, there's a can opener. I did not know there was a can opener there. It's a better can opener. I can't do anything with can openers, can I? I'll do something useful like... Oh, I can harvest the can opener. That's 3 hooks if I need it. What do I need? So I can make hooks. What are improvised crampons? Requires forced scrap metal. Okay. Whoa. this. How are Nerdist and the fur babies, Prakash? I hope they're doing alright. 80%. Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea. Not just for fishing either. I could use it for sewing if I need to. Sooner or later I'm going to have to do that, I suspect. Let's grab a couple of gut. And now we are starting to get somewhere. Fishing tackle. Yeah. That's actually a little bit of a relief. It's always nice to have fishing tackle. Right, let's see if a ptarmigan hunt is on the cards. Oh, look at this. It's too windy for... Yeah, that's not going to give us a torch that I want to keep on me. But if it gets a little bit warmer, ptarmigan hunt. What do we think? Dash up the hill, see if we can grab a ptarmigan and the feathers. That would be useful. It is scary just how fast your body temperature drops. Otherwise, we might consider... It's okay, I'm not carrying this all with me. I am just going to put it... Oh no, that's right, I don't have room for that there. Right, so we have a total of 14 liters of water. Oh, you can't put those on things. Okay. We will just tidy up our mess. Look at us, all stacked neatly. Oh, grief. Yeah, I can't imagine. Well, I can imagine what that's like. Pretty much. Oh, you're dead in a real hurry. Let's do something else. I'm just going to take the charcoal, and I don't need 12 charcoal, so I'm just going to put it away. Oop. Ah, aha! Look at this. This is free torch weather. So what we're going to do is head off to the try and retrieve the meat from the I think retrieving the meat from the Forlorn Muskeg is a thing. Add 1 stick. Take a torch. Oh, I just want to check something. Oh, this is positively ideal. Excuse me a second. Well, muskeg and wolves. Pick up sticks along the way. Oh, I should have checked. Wow. I think that was the last opportunity I would have had to actually get a torch. I have no meat on me. So I shouldn't smell too badly. And it's midday, so this is about the best chance I've got for this that I've had in the last several days. And the trick now is going to be shoot everything along the way. I'm not ignoring those torches. I can grab them on the way back if I need to. Somewhere out there, there's an arrow. Okay. One of my good torches. Please don't let the wind do anything untoward. Very surprised I didn't run across a wolf so far. I should need more sticks. Technically, is there a possibility that the bear respawned? I mean, it's typically 3 in-game days. Not 3 in-game days, 3 real-world days. That seems to be a fairly consistent thing. Hey, Donnie! No, I got these cattails. If I didn't think this bear was safely dead, I wouldn't be doing this. Where's the wolves gone? Oh, that isn't, is it?
Can't feel my feet.
Oh, where did I leave it? Should be over here, should it not? Alright. I am going to start a fire. Just... Oh, okay. So, should be good. I am going to cook up some lunch, which will also give me a bit of time to warm up. Oh.
Turned out
Okay.
pretty well. I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Well, if there are any wolves around, they're going to find me. And that is more or less a given. But if I can get back in one piece,
Cold.
we will have a nice cooking session, and then I've got food to make stuff. Yeah, that's a valid point. I don't trust the weather at all in this game. It's not designed
Weigh me down.
to assist me in any way, shape, or form. And this is positively warm. Do you know I don't? I've been through blizzards here, but most of my experience on the Forlorn Muskeg has actually been in halfway decent weather. Well, push come to shove, I do have a couple of flares, which I will use if I have to. Now, typically I would have encountered 2 wolves already. And yeah, I know, I didn't actually... If I had seen any immediate cattails, I would have grabbed them, but I actually think I've got most of those between here and the bear carcass. So if I need a run for cattails, I'll have to come back. Oh, that's like Forsaken Airfield. You don't want to get hit by a blizzard while you're halfway across Frozen Airfield when it's completely blank. Oh yeah, I'm gonna lose a torch. Oh no, we got a blizzard. Good news is... Wow. The good news is... Once I exit the other side, there shouldn't be any, should there? Okay, I am going to take a bit of a chance here. I am going to try and hope that I don't know what it's like going to be on the other side of the tunnel, but we'll see. But with luck, because it's a blizzard, I won't have any wolves, even if the torch goes out. I think that's an accurate statement. Let's see.
Feels like a lot of gear.
Nah. I'm gonna lose the torch. Yeah. Just in case. If I had done as my inclination suggested and cooked up some dinner, that would have been worse. I would have been in a worse situation. In a way, this is almost desirable. If we do have this weather sometimes, we have had this weather in the past. I have seen weather like this in the UK. The one time I was actually in a blizzard was in the UK, and it was worse than this. The visibility was much less. Yeah. Well, you're the expert, Eugene, but it would have been nice to get some food. But, yeah, no, this was a better decision. But as I was saying, this is almost ideal. We get to our target, we pick up the meat, we come back, and hopefully, if my understanding of the dynamics is correct, because we exited into a blizzard, the wolves won't have spawned in the blizzard. So I should have a clear run home. It's just going to be slow and cold, but my condition is good enough that I can survive this. And worst case, if I just barely make it back, I've got enough food. I just need the firewood. But I've got enough I've got enough food and sticks to make a bit more if I absolutely screamingly have to and sacrifice a match, but I don't want to do that. This is when the discarded torches can come in handy. I know people use spray paint. I don't like using the spray paint because I feel like I'm polluting a pristine landscape, which is silly. I know, it's just a game. Yeah. But I don't like the idea of yeah, polluting the landscape. And honestly, it's been a long time since I needed a marker like that, because I, in principle, have a halfway decent idea of where I am. And this is, of course, the railway line. So you just follow the railway line and turn right. In principle. Torch or stick? Oh, I'm not going up that hill. But back to what Chris was saying. No, if you go further north than I am, you get into Scotland. You can get some very serious weather, especially in the mountains. There are places in the mountains of Scotland where snow can persist for a significant amount of the year. And our weather in general, even further south, can be fairly lethal. You tend to think it is a mistake to think of England as being safe from the weather. It's not. I can guarantee, for example, that right now, with this heat wave we're having, we will probably have people dying because of the heat wave. That does happen. Similarly, during cold weather, there are, you know, in parts of the country where if you end up in the hills, and I mean hills, not mountains, hills, and the weather turns against you and you're not prepared for it, so that can kill you. I am thinking in particularly of the fan dance, which is down south. Penny fan, that's the
Someone's gotta go.
the fan dance is what they call it's this burdened hike between it's a part of the SAS selection test, and I can't remember the precise conditions, but they're carrying a backpack and a equivalent to their own body weight or something daft, if not more, plus a rifle, all their gear, and they've got to get from point A to point B, and that kills occasionally. And then there are, the average civilians who like to challenge themselves by doing the fan dance, and that kills them occasionally. Oh yeah, I was going to say, Eugene, of course, being, I think somewhere to east of me. Yeah, he'll know about weather here as well. Just to give you an example of one of the worst winters that the country experienced is just before I was born. What was it, the winter of 63, 64? I'm just warming up here. And that actually occurred, as I recall, the worst of it was end of February, beginning of March, February, March time. That was lethal. I mean, we had villages literally cut off, which is not a normal experience for the south of England. And yeah, that was absolutely dreadful. Freezing temperatures, heavy snow, blizzards. My mother was living in London at the time, 63, 64. Yeah, yes, she was. She would have been trying to think, 17, 18. And, she was telling me it was so bad. They had no central heating from what she was telling me where she was living. So she basically wore all her clothes to bed, was still cold, and in the morning when she woke up, there was ice on the inside of the window. And it has to be said, that whole ice on the inside of the window thing is something I've experienced in my youth, because double glazing wasn't really a thing. And so, yeah, it was not at all uncommon. You'd wake up and there was ice, not frost, ice on the inside of the windows. Thank goodness for double glazing. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. We finally did it. We actually got here more or less intact. And we have food for days. Well, a while. And it's still late afternoon. Mission accomplished without encountering a single wolf. And I'm not entirely sure if I'm happy about that or not, because the wolf skins and the meat would have been handy. Do you know what? I just realized I could have made faster time in the blizzard. I could have used the travois. I forgot I had it. I could have used the travois to go along the train the train tracks, and then I would have made faster time. Oh yeah, no, big sleep's not too bad. Yeah, no, that was a hell of a win. Seriously, I mean that was a major win. Simply because we now have, yeah, some seriously high calorie food. All I've got to do now is have a date, is have a suitable opportunity to cook it. Yes, it does. I've taken it. I have taken it. I have taken the travois from here into Forlorn Muskeg and partly away across the Forlorn Muskeg. You can just about squeeze it through. I've done it. I have definitely done it. Yeah, it's the as you face the tunnel, right side entrance. There's just enough room if you line up properly. You can just get through. You don't have to unload the travois, and then you can take it straight through to the Forlorn Muskeg, and it works on the way back as well. There, just for once. No, I'm pretty certain I've done it coming back. Pretty certain I've done it coming back. Yeah, I did. Yes, I absolutely did. Because that was the occasion I got frostbite, and I ended up coming back here, and I took the travois with me. Ah. Yeah, no, I'm pretty certain. Now, granted, I would have to go and now check the video, because now you're making me doubt my own memory. But I'm pretty certain I didn't need to unload it. But, yeah, no, I'm pretty certain I could do it. You see? I may be a new player, relatively speaking, but occasionally I do something that other people haven't done. And now, having said that, I have a horrible suspicion if I went and found the video in question, and I don't know that I could find it. uh yeah, I'm pretty certain I did do it though. But yeah, because like I say, I had to go and come back. Because like I say, I got frostbite. At which point I threw, because I was going to make a go at surviving in the Forlorn Muskeg at the farm, all the way around the lake and the farm. Fell through the ice, got frostbite, basically threw my hands up in disgust, said something unprintable in my mind, and headed back here. And I'm pretty certain I didn't have to unload the travois. Oh yeah, no. I shouldn't have gotten frostbite the one time I did get it, but I did everything wrong because I arguably panicked a little bit. Right, so that's curing. Yay. And I don't need to go hunting except for wolves. I don't need to hunt wolves, but I should at some point. And I should go hunt them. I don't want to have another. I don't want to have an. Ooh, actually, here's a point. Given the length of time it takes for bear to respawn, I mean, yes, I could shoot the bear now, tomorrow, and haul it all back here. But oh yeah, no, I fell through the ice repeatedly in Forlorn Muskeg. But one thing you have to bear in mind, Eugene, um, I have apparently a reputation for not panicking and being calm throughout. Now that's not necessarily true, but you know, the worst situation you might see me hopefully do is a jump scare. I refuse, if possible, I refuse to have a full-blown visible panic. I might say wibble. I have a reputation to maintain. Don't get angry, don't panic, don't get too excited, Try and very much do the British understated thing. Do you know, I forgot something? Hey, Danny, if you're still watching, I forgot to ask after your fur babies, how are the terrible trio? When did I leave a moose, half a moose unharvested? It wasn't here. When did I leave a moose unharvested? Was that Wintermute? Because I shot a moose in Wintermute. And I went backwards and forwards to get the meat in Wintermute. But I can't remember a specific time here. Okay. Was that the time I... Alright. I'm trying to think of the times I shot that one. Well, of course, Peanut tried to steal ice cream. That is to be expected. If Peanut doesn't try and steal ice cream, you know there's something wrong with him. In fact, if Peanut doesn't try to steal anything, then you know there's something wrong with him. But I'm trying to think of the specific occasion. Oh, well. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Yeah, I was probably... Yeah, I can think of reasons why I would not. Yeah, I can think of reasons why I wouldn't, because I wasn't as experienced then as I am arguably now. And we are warm again. We have food, and oh yeah, I always hated the I'm burdened by 20 kilos of coal, and yet then I need it. Oh yeah, I've used all the coal I found that so far. Oh no, I haven't. No, I've still got a stash of coal back at the Riken, I think. One of the, I say funniest things, obviously living with fur babies and feathered babies, you do see all kinds of things. One of the more amusing things I saw was my brother, and this is going back 40, 50 years. My brother was out in the garden eating a sandwich. So far, so good. And for whatever reason, he decided to put his hands behind his back while he was finishing his mouthful. And one of our dogs, and I can't remember whether it was the Dalmatian and the Labrador, very quietly snuck up on him and stole the whole sandwich. That was hilarious. And the dog knew it was doing something it wasn't supposed to, but the temptation of a half-eaten sandwich was just too great. I should probably take my clothes off and get them to dry out. Let's see, what condition are we in? New. That's not too bad. That's okay. That's new. That's new. Those are new. No, we're doing pretty good. Yeah, I should arguably fix that, but I'm not going to bother. Everything else is... Right, so now I need a wood gathering and cooking day so I can cook up bear. I need a bear meat cooking day. I haven't had a bear meat cooking day in a long time. I'm not wearing the ear wraps? Ew. Yes, they do work better, don't they? How much cloth have I got? I want to save cloth for torches where possible. I don't have anything I can take apart. I'm not even that tired. Look at the tired meter. Yeah, how about that? The weather decided to be nice. Ooh, it's a bit cold, but we'll do a quick dash. Don't have food on me. Yeah. I was actually thinking of doing a cloth run. No sticks here? I think I left a bunch of cloth in Coastal. No sticks. No sticks? Don't worry, I'm not carrying anything stinky. At least I don't think I am. No. Yeah, a cloth run to the dam would be a good idea. Yeah, I don't want to go any further than this really because... Yeah, okay.
Feels like night is coming.
Really, Mackenzie, what makes you think night is coming? Could it possibly due to the fact that, you know, night is coming? Yeah, that's one of those things. You don't have to feel like night is coming. You know, you have certain visual cues which give you positive affirmation that that is the case.
Find some place to escape.
Okay. Oh no, let's grab some food from outside. while I can still see it. So that's the last of my food for the night. Tomorrow I need to do some cooking. Hang on a second, there's just something I want to check here. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, of course I saw that. So, as you all know, I have been fiddling around with the... Oh, right. I shall definitely remember that. So, yeah, as you all know, I've been working with the thumbnail generation system on YouTube. And I think it definitely makes a difference. It definitely helps. Wish I'd kind of known that, but I honestly didn't know that feature existed, so I was just relying on sheer bloody tenacity to take me forward. But earlier this morning, I got the system to do a thumbnail for the Journey soundtrack. That's Journey, the video game, not Journey, the band. And it is kind of funny. Oh no, I'm wrong. Never mind. Forget it. That story just became completely pointless. Never mind. I was going to say, no sooner than I had created or gotten this thumbnail together for the Journey soundtrack, I promptly got 4 views. I'm lying. No, that was yesterday. Ah, my bad. That was just... Oh. So, alright, that particular little story turned out to be completely wrong. And at some point I see I lost a subscriber. That tends to happen. As Bricage there will know, talking about subscribers, I am now looking for ideas about what to do when I hit 400 subscribers. So I'm not entirely certain. Yeah. So yeah. But I tell you what, I will say this: that thumbnail creation AI, if you have an idea and you articulate it well, it can do a really remarkable job of coming up with something which can end up precisely matching what you could see in your head. It's truly remarkable and very, very useful. Just don't stop believing, Journey. Okay, we're gonna wait a bit. I can tear down. I can do a bit of tearing down. Yeah. That is also a valid point. Yes. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right now, yeah, the situation is so bad. Yeah, that AMD have re-released the 5800 X3D. The problem is, arguably, they've made it more expensive than it's really worth. You can actually get a better DDR5, a somewhat better DDR5 CPU, and 32 gigabytes of RAM, and it will cost you more, but only 50 to £100 slash dollars more for somewhat better in performance. So really, AMD should have done something better about their. Oh yeah, no, the Steam Deck is interesting. Yeah, for the money, if you have £500 or $500 to spend on the Steam Deck, build your own system. You'll get a better system, and you can stick. And if you get AMD parts, then you can stick Steam OS on it. You can literally make your own Steam Deck and do much better. There's there has been there's been some speculation slash conspiracy theory stuff about why Valve released the Steam Deck. I'm not sure that it's ever really going to be worthwhile. And maybe if they'd sold it for £600, £700, maybe that would be worth it. But at 1,000 to 1,500, it's not worth it. You can build your own for better, for cheaper, and then stick Steam OS on it. Although I should point out, Steam OS, pretty much, if I were to build a Steam OS system, I would use an AMD CPU and I would use an AMD GPU. They are better supported by Linux than Intel, especially the GPUs. But yeah, there is a bit of speculation that their goal isn't really to sell Steam Decks. It's to give away Steam OS. But they could have done that anyway. I mean, I'm kind of tempted to get it myself, except I'm already set up and I don't want to redo everything. And to be honest with you, if I were to reinstall, to clear out my system and install a new version of Linux, I'm not sure what I would use. I'd probably go with, I don't know what I'd go with. I'm happy with Linux Mint. It works. I don't need to fix it. But yeah, no, I mean, they're going to be. I don't understand. I must admit, I don't understand why they decided, oh, the Steam Deck is it's not a console. They're not doing console things because console manufacturers traditionally make a substantial loss on their consoles, especially early in the selling cycle. They make money from games and royalties and that kind of thing. Several years down the road, they will start to make money on console hardware. But it takes a few years to do that. But the Steam Deck doesn't have that. It's just the box. Oh, and it comes without a controller, which is ludicrous. So Valve must have said, oh, we'll make a Steam Deck. I don't know if they're making money on the hardware because they don't have, as Eugene says, the Steam Deck doesn't have the ecosystem. I've basically got a Steam Deck here. I'm not running Steam OS, but I'm running Linux, and I've got, I run Steam on most of my games. Every single Windows game that I've tried has worked. There is nothing that is tied to anything I've got. There is nothing that's tied. There are no games that are exclusives to the Steam Deck. Everybody else, Sony, Nintendo, Sega, when they were doing it, Microsoft, they've got exclusive titles, and that really helps them sell the consoles and make money and this kind of thing. Valve doesn't have anything like that, and they're giving away SteamOS for free. You can just go and download it. Go figure. So it's a bizarre system. But the thing is, we got to bear in mind is that the people at Steam, at Valve, aren't stupid. They know what they were getting into. They had to have done. They know they could have easily predicted all the negative reviews. And yet they went ahead anyway. So that does lead you to say, well, what's their goal? Because it can't be to sell the hardware. It can't be to sell the operating system. Oh, well, I didn't have 10 hours. No, never mind. I'm not actually anti-AI. I think it's an inevitability. I think we're going to work with it. I think we're going to work it into our everything. I mean, and obviously look at my experience in the last few days working with it for my own purposes. I mean, if I had the, and I will freely say, look, if I had the money and I had a friendly artist on tap, I would use them rather than YouTube's AI generation system, if I could find a halfway decent one. The major issue with AI, one of the big aspects, and there's practically nothing you can do about it, is the data that they use to train them, because that's got some significant ethical problems with it. You know, the use of copyrighted information, copyrighted images, copyrighted text, that kind of thing. That's a problem. But in the end, AI is something we're going to have to live with. It's never going to go away. You can't legislate it out of existence. There is apparently some interesting stuff coming out of China now, which is more accessible to the general public, arguably, than the American stuff. Arguably. What's probably going to happen in the end is it'll all get refined. It'll all to be honest, it is. You know, it is simply too useful. I mean, essentially, it's not. Is it AI? The thing is it AI? Actually, yes, it is. It's awfully close. You can have a conversation. I can have a conversation with YouTube's thumbnail generator, and it's really, really good. I mean, you could do the same with ChatGPT and some of this other stuff. I'm not a Luddite, and I know there are people who really just don't like the changing technology. I don't like it when people use AI to do a bad job. Now, I like to think when I'm using it to create my thumbnails, I am being quite careful with it. I'm being precise. I work with it. I don't just, you know, go with the first thing, or I'll present it with an idea that is entirely mine and then work with it, this kind of thing. What irritates me is when people are lazy about using AI. That's terrible. I mean, for creative purposes. Um, that is, and you know, if you watch, you see it all the time. And Facebook Watch, as you're doom scrolling, you'll see AI stuff come up, and it's like, guys, you've gotten so much wrong with this. All you could have done, all you needed to do was a bit of work. It's that will fix itself in the end. Um, I think, I hope, because I can see some AI generated stuff, and it's like, why didn't you go back and work with it to fix this and that? And they're, oh, that's right, you couldn't be bothered, you just wanted to churn something out. And they're doing it with guns too, you know, short gun videos. It's like, oh, that's completely wrong. I mean, there was one I saw recently featuring a desert eagle, and it looks surprisingly good. Yeah, it really does. Except for the fact, if you look closely, you can see when the shell is ejected, it's the complete bullet. So it's like, yeah, that's, come on, guys, can't you fix that? Just tell the AI to remove the bullet. Oh, grief! I didn't know that that was going to happen, Danny. Oh no, that's going. Oh, for heaven's sake! Well, I'm very glad I'm not driving. The thing is, Eugene, and this is, oh grief. The thing is, Eugene, that could be fixed if the person or people doing it actually worked with the AI. You wouldn't have that. Oh dear. Oh, that's but yeah, no. I mean, again, it takes. I have not. I have only a limited amount of experience getting an AI to generate images, and I know from my limited experience, yeah, you've got to work with it. You have to be specific. You have to correct it. You have to spend time. It's very rare that you get something straight off the bat. Sometimes you do. Mostly you have to say, no, please do this, or you go and present it with your idea, and then you work with it, and you work with it, and you fix it, and then you work with it. And you know, again, it's this whole aspect of working with it. So yeah, the AI books, the AI stories, all of those could be made much better if the creators did the work, and they just can't be bothered. Ah, well, that is, I haven't, you know, normally I don't. It's something I see as I doom scroll, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's terrible, and sometimes I think, you know, if you just paid a proper voice actor, it would sound so much better. So there is a mixture of quality out there. Hopefully, the quality end, the good end, will continue to improve. But I think there is um, tremendous possibility in it for doing creative work cheaply, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I saw an AI generated version of Berserk, sort of like a trailer featuring, you know, if anyone's ever watched or read um, the anime slash manga for Berserk, and they'd come up with an AI generated live um, version of it as a sort of trailer. It was really quite good. Now, could you do an entire movie that way? Yeah, sure you could. Could it be good? It could be very, very good if, again, if the creators put a lot of work into it. And that's the trick. And the reason I can be emphatic about this is because it's like doing research. And I have done research for videos, not on this channel, but in my old Forgotten Aviation channel. So I know what it's like to do research, and I know what it's like to do your own research and to check and confirm and double check and, you know, really make sure you get it all nailed down. If you did the same thing with AI, the results could be potentially fantastic. In the meantime, we'll get the schlock. And we'll just have to wait for everybody to catch up. I have to admit, one thing I think that could be very good. I mean, I happen to like B movies, monster movies, whatever, you know. I think the B movie market is doesn't do a good enough job on being a B movie. I think sometimes they just mess it up. But one group that does a surprisingly good quality B movie. Oh no, that is absolutely wrong. Yeah, no, that is completely wrong. But that is but then hey, the thing about the channels stealing scripts and this kind of thing, no, there are channels which do that anyway. They'll steal the entire video and just change a few things. If that's not an AI thing, that is a human thing. But yeah. But if you ever seen some of the Chinese monster movies, they're surprisingly well done. I'd love to see what happens when the Chinese start using AI to make movies and see how well they do, because their B movies are pretty darn good. And even the CGI they use in them is halfway decent. I think there's a market. I think there's potential. It's going to be very interesting to see how it all develops. Oh, I haven't seen that. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe instead of me, you are looking at I don't know, a cute elf girl whose main obvious medical problem is back trouble. Then, you know, I'd probably do a lot better if I did that. Sorry. Yes. Maybe. Oh, okay. I can do some cooking. I can't do a lot of cooking. What AI did with me to make me look like I've been actually playing this video game was pretty remarkable. Now I've got a pretty good idea what I'm going to look like in about 10 or 15 years' time.
All right.
All right, see how much I can get cooked in a hurry. I don't have a lot of sticks, but anything is going to be better than nothing. I'm just going to pile on here. Let's just take that.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Yeah, what will probably eventually happen is it'll all get eventually sorted out, and people will yell and scream, and in the end we'll come out with something that works. All right, so I don't know how much this is going to take. So I might get 6 meat done. Now, what I really don't like, for example, when they there's one I have seen where they make it look like it's David Attenborough doing the narration. I'm sorry, guys, that is just plain wrong. I hope somebody goes after them and sues them over that. Oh, hang on. Let's just drop this. Let's not kid myself. Oops. That was the last of my fish too. I already checked down there. I think I cleared out sticks from here. We'll go check across the railway line. I cleared sticks out here, going out and coming back, so I will sprint across. This would have been a perfect day for hunting the bear on the ice. Never mind, there will be other perfect days. But I do need the food, so... Ah, sticks. What I do find somewhat amusing. There's a wolf over there. I wonder if he's going to come after me and give me the opportunity to eat him. That would be funny. Oh yeah, if you're going to have an if you're going to employ an actor, do it properly. I'm not. I am of two minds about whether it's okay to. For example, Ian Holm was redepicted in the latest Alien movie, and that was all done with AI, and I find that a distinctly questionable because he's dead and not in a position to say yes or no. I remember when there was a bit of a furor when they did it with Audrey Hepburn, and you know, that's all. Yeah, it strikes me as being problematic. Or at the very least, come to some kind of legal arrangement.
Too cold to think.
I mean, I hope that David Attenborough or his estate go after people who are misusing him. I would be entirely in favor of that. This is probably taking too long. I should head back. Well, that should keep me going for a bit. Yeah, it should be negotiated. Absolutely, just like anything else. Let's make sure the fire's still working, just in case. Oh, good. That was well timed.
Too heavy.
I beg your pardon, Eugene? No, it's not cured. It was at 80 something percent, so yeah, there was no way that was going to be cured in time. Oh, well, there is that, yes. Yes. Yeah, I mean, somebody's voice and likeness is a is a marketable thing. It's subject to copyright, isn't it? Yeah, no. That's, right. My bladder is reminding me that I have been doing this for an hour and a half, and this has been a highly successful day so far. So I am just going to go deposit the contents of my bladder in an appropriate fashion. So I'll see you shortly. One thing I was going to mention earlier, but then got distracted by the conversation, is bear is what's for lunch. People complain, and they're probably quite reasonable to do so, that some AI hits the uncanny valley. It looks off, makes people feel uncomfortable. Yeah. What have I been complaining about with the Unreal 5 game engine? I've complained that it looks there's something it tweaks something in my head that makes me look at it and say it's very clever, but it feels off. Place I used to live in, Walnut Creek, California. Yeah, we got that skunked smell quite frequently because skunks would get squashed on I-680, and you could smell it in my apartment. But so game engines are already getting to the point where they're entering the uncanny valley. So complaining about it with AI and not complaining about it with game engines seems, I don't know, a bit hypocritical maybe. I mean, I much prefer the look, and I'm on the record saying this. I much prefer the look of Soulframe when it comes to depicting a living, breathing environment, compared with somebody taking Unreal Engine and trying to make it look hyper realistic. I prefer the Soulframe look. It has to be said.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Do you know what? I don't remember. I only saw Rogue One once, and I will probably never rush to see it again. Not because I think it was necessarily. Look, it's Star Wars. What can I say? It's Star Wars. Um, Star Wars is fine. I've got no particular problem with it, but I'm never going to regard it as peak filmmaking, am I? I think Star Wars will benefit. I did I see Silence of the Lambs? I probably did. There's all kinds of movies that aren't Star Wars. Star Wars is never going to be, if they keep going the way they are, Star Wars is never going to be what you would say is peak filmmaking. Sorry, but it isn't. Entertaining? Absolutely. Fun to watch? Definitely. Same with Marvel movies. And I've gotten tired of Marvel movies. Are they fun to watch? Definitely. Is anyone ever going to say, oh, this is fantastic filmmaking? But maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just old and crusty, and I should appreciate superhero movies more. The thing is, you could, if Lucas or whoever wanted to, you probably could make Star Wars peak filmmaking. You just have to get away from the current style that they're doing it. Um, that's, you know, that's just me. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Oh, we're back to talking about movies again, aren't we? I mean, the beginning of Star Wars was heavily derivative. Lucas unashamedly and has confessed to stealing, outright stealing stuff from all over the place. The Death Star run is famously taken from the Dam Busters 1954 movie. If you go back, the original Star Wars literally takes scenes and quotes word for word from the Dam Busters, black and white. You can go back and watch the Dam Busters, and you'll hear the same dialogue.
I need to drop something.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah, Magnificent Seven was based on Seven Samurai. I mean, there is a lot of swapping over, and sometimes it works. Um, uh, Seven Samurai is one example. Um, the thing is, who's seen what was it? A Fistful of Dollars. Early Clint Eastwood, Sergio Leone, Ennio Morricone movie, right? That has become a classic storyline. Now, it was based on Akira Kurosawa's Yojimbo. And the story goes that Kurosawa was said, "Have you seen this movie? You know, that they're just blatantly copying you. You ought to sue them." And Kurosawa is supposed to have said, "I can't sue them." And they said, "Why not?" He said, "Because Yojimbo is really Red Harvest. And Red Harvest is a Dashiell Hammett short story." So, and of course, the Yojimbo plot has been copied any number of times, sometimes well, sometimes not so well. I happen to love Bruce Willis, Last Man Standing, and it is Yojimbo. It is oh yeah, it's all based on Red Harvest. Oh yeah, Ennio Morricone, and he's still I think he's still alive. And if he's not, then it was only fairly recently he stopped doing tours. He actually did tours doing it. Ecstasy of Gold is a fantastic piece of music. Okay, I might get another lot done. I'm going to need to keep some sticks in case I need to make torches. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to cook that. I'm going to need another source of firewood, and I've gotten all the sticks around here now. Let me think. Sticks, 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 sticks. I don't want to just leave that. I'm going. It's not going to burn. Didn't get a torch though, did I? Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, the thing was arguably ripped off from the thing from another world. I mean, to be honest, when it comes to movies and it comes to books, people copy stuff from each other all the time. Books, movies, yeah. It happens. It can even happen unconsciously. Because, if you spent your life reading, you will have stuff stacked away in your head. And then when you type something that you think is entirely you, you'll realize that you're actually using something that you've read. So, yes, and that was from a book. That's right. Yeah. In some respects, then, what we can safely say is all AI. you could actually say that what AI is doing is no different from what filmmakers have been doing since time immemorial, except that nobody really. Well, no, they do call out people, don't they? Sometimes, but I mean, some of the classics. Yeah, they're sort of several cycles into copying something else. I'm trying to remember his name. David Drake. Now, I don't know how many of you know who David Drake is. David Drake is a science fiction author, and a rather good one. And he did a book that basically copied the whole Yojimbo Red Harvest, Fistful of Dollars plot. And I think he straight up front said, yes, I wanted to try using this plot line in the world of Hammers Slammers. And if you haven't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. But the thing about David Drake is that, and I haven't read him in a few years, is that he will talk about the influences. Have I got it? Here's the thing. I've got enough sticks maybe for another hour, but I need the sticks. Oh, the lone wolf with cub thing. Well, that's the Mandalorian and Grogu, basically. Not done as well. I think I'm going to call that a day, and maybe I will add a stick. Go see if I can find. I don't need water. I've got lots and lots of water, so let's go see if we can go and get ourselves some more sticks. That's enough for a bit. All right. It is getting on. I wonder. I don't have any food on me. I don't. Yeah, I think I might have to do that. Yes, actually I can. I've got the time. Oh, look. I've still got a free torch day.
Come on.
This is a trick I'm going to have to get used to.
That did it.
I need an hour and 18 minutes. I don't have an hour and 18 minutes, but it'll keep me alive while I do this. Yep, it did. Ooh, I might be able to get some more cooking done. Yeah, how about that?
Come on. Come on.
Okay, this isn't the best use of... I'm keeping the sticks. I'm reserving the sticks. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. What I can do is I can drop the meat on this.
Turned out pretty well.
Yep, I can. What I can do is... Yep, I can do this. That's good for an hour. I can grab my torch, light that, grab the rest of my meat, and finish that off upstairs. I'm not quite sure if that's what you intended. Oh yeah, that's a good thought. But I am in a better position now that I took a bit of a chance there. Yeah, I think AI will eventually shake itself out into some form of legitimacy. Well, technically it probably already has, but still. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Let's see, have I got... Nope, that's moldy bear meat. Is there another... I don't remember cedar giving you 5 wood. Oh, this will cook for a while too, won't it? Let's see. There is sometimes a limb over there. I would lose something in the process, wouldn't I? I wonder, because nothing is going to actively burn if I came back and maintained a torch. There is often a limb around here, and I really should have a torch with me. Yeah, sorry about the YouTube thing. You told me about the chaining technique previously, so you're not giving anything away. There is a branch sometimes, I think, down here. Don't worry, nothing's going to burn behind me. Oh, I am carrying stuff I should not be carrying. That's foolish. I just want to see if the branch is over here. There's typically a branch right here. Yes, there is. And sticks. And a wolf. Yeah, I'm gonna still grab him.
Turned out pretty well.
Don't forget the meat on the way back. Oh, well, I didn't have... Yeah, complicated. Never mind. It doesn't matter. All I've got to do now is find the meat I dropped.
Can't feel my hands.
Shut up, Mackenzie. Where did I drop? Oh. Should be around here. Here we go.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
That was silliness. I forgot I was carrying that. I got distracted by my urge to harvest serious firewood.
I'd better find some water.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Mackenzie. So this should be alright. Oh, drat! Oh, it was last... I forgot. It was cold, so it lasted longer, and yeah. Idiocy. See, that's alright. Well, that's why I'm not using the sticks for making fires right now. I'm trying to hoard them.
I could eat anything right now.
Oh, shut up. I lost a couple of days of food there. Well, a day's food. Dash. I have done worse things. Yeah. It's getting too cold right now to possibly. It's been a long time since I had the luxury of doing that. I'm going to keep the fur on me. That is, yeah. I have my own system and it works. So, yeah. Who remembers my gigantic meat pile from Stalker? Yeah, so this is all my cooked. That was all my raw. It's typically what I do. I got the raw further away than the cooked. So that's all cooked. Yes, because the moldy meat looks like well, I got oh no, I didn't get parasites, I got food poisoning, didn't I? I've got enough time to boil water. Let's see, how long does that take? 44 minutes, 21 minutes. Oh, that's good to know.
Something's gotta go.
While success, success. Okay, that was a highly successful 2 hours. Oh, but I didn't really go in 2 hours. It was a lot longer. Oh, eesh. Yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised. That would be embarrassing. Right. Progress. Now we can start making a wolfskin coat. Yep. One wolfskin coat coming right up. Well, not right up, per se. You know what I mean. Oh, I forgot. It's all up here. Oh no, I need to go back and get them. That must have been...
I might have to drop some gear.
That would have been infuriating. 400... Oh, grief. 400 days. I was going to say, I can't imagine 400 days, and then I realized I managed 500 plus on Voyager and Stalker so far, so... yeah, I can imagine. Right, let's get our goodies from... I need... 4 of those. I need those. And a sewing kit. That is not something I would ever say. I don't think. Wolfskin coat. Hmm. It requires a knife. Yeah, I did sharpen the knife. And I'll do this in 2-hour batches. This is going to take me a couple of days. Irritating. Once we've done this, I am going to need to start thinking about going back to Coastal Highway to do things. Oops. Because I got whetstones and bits and pieces of Coastal Highway. And oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh, it's where's my wolfskin coat under construction? Ugh. That is an absolutely valid point. No, it's not a free fire day. That is most emphatically what I do not call a free fire day, and I should have checked earlier because I could have done that, but still. No, never mind. Yeah. Yeah, in fact, that looks like it's going to be, we're going to have a blizzard today. Well, let's get as much done as we can.
I need to drop something.
And I do kind of want the bearskin coat, to be honest with you. But going to Coastal Highway once we've done this makes sort of sense to me. I'd have to take everything with me, but let me think. Hang on a second. Let me think about this. What purpose, once I've got this made, do I have a purpose for staying here beyond basic survival? There's the other bear. The other bear, I could, yeah, the other bear, I'm right here, and the other bear is there. And I could do the same tactic here. I could grab the bear, start making it fish. I could do exactly the same tactic here, and unless coastal has better fishing, otherwise I've got everything here I need for that. The only thing I've got an advantage per coastal is whetstones, and the fact that to get there I could harvest cloth, but I could do a cloth harvest run anyway, couldn't I? So it's sort of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Yeah, it's it's sort of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. And it is full night. We've spent all day making a wolfskin coat. That's true. Yes, yeah, that is definitely a valid point. That is an advantage. I'm just balancing everything, so to speak. I'm just gonna drop stuff off while I think about it. Where's my... It's too early to go to sleep. Really, what else can I do? I can at least grab a stick or two. I haven't set up the trade, any trades, but yeah, I mean, at least you're on the spot. I'm not going to start taking those apart on the grounds that they're the only torches I've got short of making them. I could make torches. I want the sticks. Oh, drat. Decisions. I'll keep them for now. Let's see. What else have we got to do? I can't repair because it's too dark. Yeah, heading back to Coastal Highway for a whetstone or two is certainly a thing. Yeah. Yes, yeah. Yeah, because I wouldn't be going in and out, would I? The main thing is I want to take everything with me. Because I'm going to need all my rabbit skins are here. All my deer skins are here. All my gut is here. I'd have to take all of that with me. On the other hand, I wouldn't be laden down with food. Oh, I need to take food with me because I won't have food at the Quonset hut. So the moment I get there, I would have to go fishing. Oh, okay, that's not a terrible thing. Even if it's a stinking blizzard, if I've got enough firewood, I could get to the Quonset hut and then go fishing, even if it's a blizzard, if I absolutely screamingly have to. I wouldn't want to, frankly, but still. Oh yeah, no, I've got to take the bits with me. That is an absolute must. Yeah. Yeah. I think I stripped. Did I also? I think I stripped that of coal, didn't I? I think I took that. But yeah, it might have respawned by now. Why am I carrying... Oh, yeah. No! Yes. 6 matches left. And I should have more like 8 or 10, but I made some mistakes. I guess that was some considerable time ago, wasn't it? How long ago has it been since I was last in the coastal highway? It's been a while. We've spent quite a lot of time. I suspect actually, how long have I now I'm kind of curious. How long have I spent here? Let's see. Yeah. I've spent 35 days in Mystery Lake compared with 4 in Pleasant Valley, 9 in Coastal Highway, 5 in Desolation Point, 1 in Forlorn Muskeg, and 14 in the mountain town. So, yeah, I've spent, over a month. Not quite half my time. Because I'm at 72 days. 72 days? Wow, time flies. I'm getting there. Definitely getting there. Right. What I need to think in the back of my mind is, where is there a battery? And am I going to have a free fire day? I've already gotten those. I've already had those matches, I think. Yeah, Thompson's Crossing in Pleasant Valley. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we did. We got the matches from there. They were one of the draws at the front, second down, first down, whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty certain we already got those. Well, at least it isn't a blizzard yet. Yeah, don't forget, we basically don't forget we started out in Pleasant Valley. This run started in Pleasant Valley. I don't know if I've left anything behind in Thompson's Crossing, but I wouldn't have left matches, I guarantee it. Well, no, I don't guarantee it, but you wouldn't have let me leave Thompson's Crossing without the matches in. I would be surprised if you pointed out that there were matches there, but the funny thing is, I've actually got an image in my head of seeing the matches, but you probably pointed it out. Yeah, so no, we got them there. I'm basically 6 matches is all I've got anywhere. To get more matches, I'd have to go somewhere else or trade for them. hopefully we can get a trade for them. But if I handle things properly, I should be okay. Yep. Yep, we were in remember the cougar? We spent 14 days in Mountain Town, according to the yeah. We went to Mountain Town. "14 days in Mountain Town." Do you remember? Because that's where we were going up to the upper section above the town behind Grandmother's house to hunt rabbits, and there are still guts curing in a cave somewhere up there. 4 gut in a cave in Mountain Town. And that was where I got my one and only wolf mauling, was actually in Mountain Town, I think. Yes. Well, it's going to be the same, isn't it? Or there's going to be certain similarities. You have to dash to a forge. You have to make a knife, a hatchet, arrowheads. And there are, what, 2 forges in the game? 2 forges? No, I thought there's another one. I mean, there's one in Forlorn Muskeg. There is one in Desolation Point. Can anybody... Is there another forge I'm forgetting? I don't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I've got to go to, at some point, here's an interesting one. Going to Bleak Inlet to get the woodworking tools is going to be interesting. Although, oh grief, do I want to go into the far territories after woodworking tools? Well, if I go into the far territories, I'd be so tempted to go to Sundered Pass, and I would probably die. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? You don't need to imagine. I'm trying to imagine the Forsaken Airfield on Interloper. Because you would have to... Yeah, that's not fun. Is there a good reason for going to Forsaken Airfield? Yes. Oh, no, there won't be the bow there, will there? Drat. I wouldn't mind getting the sports bow, but it won't be there. So is there any point in my going to Forsaken Airfield? Apart from exploring? Unless I want to do some of the storylines, which I don't. All right, let's see what... Please be a free fire day. Please, 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 please. Yeah, I oh no. I armed with just a bow and arrow. Oh, I admit. Armed with just a bow and arrow, I think I would be okay with going to Bleak Inlet on Voyager or Stalker. On this, I'd forgotten about the blasted Timberwolves. I would... Yeah, you could do it. I can sort of see in my head how you would do it. Lots of lighting fires. So you'd have to have decent weather. But of course, the thing about it tactically is you would need good weather to go into the cannery. Obviously, you would need enough wood and matches or torches. You'd need to go in clear weather. You would need to go without a wind. There's so many conditions that stack up against you trying to get into the cannery. No, I don't know Ash Canyon. But I mean, I could find out. I'm not. I think I've been in every region now, which is why except Sundered. Oh, I've been in Sundered Pass, but I didn't go very far. So I no longer feel like I can't pull up a map. But I don't know Ash Canyon. Do you know what I mean? I think today is going to be another indoor day. Yep.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
There are woodworking tools in Ash Canyon? No, I put everything away, didn't I? That's not doing my knife any favors. Oh, you can use the improvised hatchet. All right, that sounds like it's worth going to. All right, let's see. Now, it has to be said, if it looks like we're going to go and do an expedition, I'm going to bring this to an end because I'm at a save point, and anything I do out of here is going to be time consuming, which from a streamer's perspective I don't have time for. Okay, now this is looking possible for a ptarmigan hunt or a fishing expedition or something, assuming we don't get another blizzard. And I guarantee that I'm not starting a fire. No. Okay. This is getting interesting. Oh yes. So, and I have not taken a screenshot today, did I? We'll do an informative screenshot first. But it's looking possible that I can go fishing. Although I don't have enough to go overnight, but still. And I'm certainly not going this split second. But my screenshot is going to be... Yes, there we go. That's for tomorrow. And it sounds like Ash Canyon would be worth it. It would probably kill me because here's the thing. Here's the thing. I found out just because you've watched and back during COVID, I watched quite a lot of Long Dark. I think I mentioned that. But watching a lot of Long Dark and then transferring that information into the game, for me at least, didn't really help. But maybe now that I've actually got more experience, it would. I'll have to have a look and see if anybody's done a quick guide to Ash Canyon. Hey, I tell you what I could do. Here's what I could do. I could do a Explore Ash Canyon video. Couldn't I? I could do it by cheating. I could set up actually, here's something I could do. I could set up an interloper run starting in Ash Canyon, which you can do or should be able to do on custom settings, then explore Ash Canyon on interloper and have an honest attempt at surviving. And at least I can get experience that way on interloper in Ash Canyon. The only different thing being would be that I'd have to do a custom difficulty level so that I could do the exploration. But I could have the weather the same. I could have, everything else. Just change one little thing to make a custom run, and then basically do an interloper equivalent and specify that I start in Ash Canyon. I could do that. And then I could explore Ash Canyon on interloper, as if I'd started the game there, What do you think? That would be that would teach me how to find it. That would teach me the place. Maybe. And of course I did absolutely nothing to help. Right, I'm actually going to bring this to an end. It's like I say, it's been 2.5 hours, and I'm hoping that I can. True. Okay, I could set up a whatever. I mean, I can set up a custom run to dump me specifically there, and then explore it in genuine survival mode. So it would be, I could do an honest exploration run. Yeah, I think you've told us that before. So, that sounds like fun. Hey, I'm starting to get better at those. I've done more climbing, I think, in this run than most. Anyway, so I should be back this evening for yeah. So I should be back this evening for the Long Dark. What just happened there? Oh, excuse me a second. I just did something weird. There we go. You didn't see that. You genuinely didn't see the weird thing that just happened. So I should be back this evening. Although, to be honest, yesterday's evening live stream was uncomfortable because it got so hot and sticky and sweaty and unpleasant here, sitting in this chair. Because you can imagine a faux leather chair that yeah, you get the general idea. But anyway, my current plan is to be back this evening for Warframe. And then it's the weekend. So there won't be any Long Dark over the weekend. So the next time I will run the Long Dark will be Monday. It's Friday, right? I think it's Friday. Yeah, it's Friday. I will probably do something at the weekend, but I'm not quite sure what. I might start 101 Ways to Die in the Long Dark, but those are not live streams. Yeah, we had thunderstorm warning here, but no, in fact, the weather forecast had potential thunderstorm, and then it got hotter. So we're still expected to hit 30 degrees today. And I think we're past the age of the thunderstorm. So it looks like it went past us and hit you. Anyway, if I don't see you, have a great weekend. If I do see you, have a great weekend. And I will see you all next time. I could. That is a valid point. I'm more likely to live stream that though, but I could. Anyway, you stop delaying me. I actually have a phone call to make some point in the next half hour, so I should get on with it. I'll see you all next time.